Everybody, Vinyl Rich here with a Vinyl Finds video. I have quite a few here, more than normal on a Vinyl Finds. I haven't done a Vinyl Finds for 2 months, so that's part of it. But before I get started, I would like to address Marcy. On my last video, well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that's been watching my 25 greatest US bands, 25 greatest UK bands, and my punk, US and UK punk videos. I'd like to thank everybody for watching them. But I wanted to address Marcy. On my last video, she said that I deserve a better team to root for. And I was wearing a Jets shirt. And she's right. But I am a fan of the Dodgers, the world champion Dodgers. So it all balances out. I'm going to leave a link to 2 channels. One, the VinylNerd. Now I said, on my last Vinyl Finds, I said I was going to leave a link to his channel, but I couldn't find the channel. I'm going to try again. I had a contest. It wasn't a big thing. It was just a few records I gave away. And he won. And he doesn't make videos, but he made a video showing what what he won. So I thought I would, leave a link and subscribe to the guy. And the other one I'm going to leave a link to is Bobby Gaylor. Now I've subscribed to him. I haven't watched his video yet, so this could be a mistake. This could turn into a Richard Dolan, the Music Maniac mistake, or an AGK disaster. But I'm going to take a chance. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go watch his 25 greatest US bands. We're going to start this with Sharon is Karen. What's the name of this? Heart of the World. Now this is Louis Golden's band. Now I didn't know Louis Golden was... I knew he'd been working on stuff, because I've been on some live streams with him, I believe on the George Borden live streams that used to happen on Sundays. Hey George, hope you're doing good. And he's I really enjoyed the guy. I liked his sense of humor, and I don't know, I had a connection with the guy. I liked him. I didn't know he was I didn't know this was released until I saw Norman Mazzy, show it on 5 new albums. And I thought, man, I'm going to order that. I ordered it. I streamed it. When I ordered it, after I ordered it, I could stream it on Bandcamp, and I did once. I haven't listened to the album. It just came yesterday. From what I remember, it's kind of guitar-driven, punk, not hardcore punk, just bouncy, good songs, catchy riffs. I think on my next Vinyl Finds, which will be shortly because I do have some other records, I think I'll give this a better, shot after a few more listens. And this is A and B. Now I don't know, maybe Louis announced this on Rachel's Ghost or something like that. I don't know. I don't watch the Rachel's Ghost anymore. But yeah, I'm glad Mazzy made that video, and I'm always willing to support another VC member. Although I don't know if he really watches VC videos. He seems to be more like watching the live streams. And there is a distinction there. Talking about VC members, I have shown this one. This is Ryan Kidd, Dead in Memphis. This is a test pressing that I got. But since my last Vinyl Finds, I have finally received the official album. Ryan Kidd, Dead in Memphis. Fantastic cover. I got 26 out of 200. The last time I checked, there were some still available. stream it on Bandcamp, or it's even on YouTube. You can stream the whole album and see if it's for you or not. I really dig it. I love the guitar tones, the really catchy songs. The vocals sound like they were mixed by Steve Albini. Steve Albini. Albini. Yeah, that's a running joke. And here's the insert. And you got Ryan Kidd right here. You got Dr. October. And you got Marquis Ramone. And this is what the record looks like. I got the black vinyl one. What's kind of cool about this is the black vinyl is the limited edition. So I don't know if there's any black vinyl ones, but there are the colored, and it's a beautiful splatter. Now this next record I got it used. Middle Earth Records. I've been selling records, some expensive records recently. I hooked up with a guy through the owner of Going Underground Records, and I've been selling some high-priced items. And it's worked out great for everybody involved. But he let me have, the owner of the store let me have this record here for $50. It's used, but it's near mint. I don't even think all the records were played, to be quite honest. And it is the Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, is it? Yeah. It's a nice box set. It has 4 albums, 2 books. I bought the CD when it came out, and I probably played it once all the way through. I probably played bits and bops, but not really that much. It was 2 CDs, like full-length CDs. It was just too much. Now, it's still too much, but on albums, 20 minutes aside, it's more digestible, I guess I should say. And it's fantastic, man. And for $50, I couldn't turn it down. I think he had it on sale for $75, but it didn't sell, so he just said, "I get it off my hands." Now you go from Smashing Pumpkins to this. Another, talk about extremes. 90s bands that were on the extreme opposites. I got this Mummies play their own records. Now I think this may have been the first release, 12-inch album release of these guys. There's another one where I think they're standing in front of a car and they're all going like this. That may be the first. I don't know. I think they both came out in the same year. This is a comp of different things. I think probably singles and stuff taken from a film, I think even. But yeah, this is very cool. I dig the Mummies. If you don't know them, they're very lo-fi garage rock. And they dress up. Now they actually have suits that they wear that already have the bandages on. I think before they used to just wrap themselves before they came out on stage. And it came with this giant poster. The Mummies. And it's on Estrus Records. And I'll pull it out. What the hell? And it's on white vinyl. Now this past month, I've bought quite a bit of 60s stuff. And the next 4 or 5 are going to be all 60s. The first one I'm going to show is the Yellow Balloon. Now, I got this at Going Underground Records. I had come across this at Going Underground Records a few years back. And I looked at it. And then when I got home, I streamed it. And it's too poppy for me. But this time I just went ahead and got it. And it is very poppy. I mean, you can hear some Beach Boys stuff in there, but you can hear some kind of bubblegummy. I don't know if you would say Partridge Family. I don't know. I don't remember how the Partridge Family albums sound. But I dig this. I don't know if I'm changing or what the heck's going on, but I really dig this. This might be the one record that I played. When I got it, I played it constantly. I played this more than any other record the last month, I would say, easily. And I just really dig it, man. Very sunshiny pop, 60s music. It has, dare I say, a hint of psych, if I remember, but it's not a psych album at all. In fact, it probably doesn't even have hints of psych. I'm probably imagining that. And it's on this, what? Canterbury label. Although I believe they're LA. And another, this is more of a psych album. 60s, The Orient Express. Now this is another one that's fantastic. It's on Mainstream Records, a label that after watching Psyche Derrick do a video on Mainstream Records, he showed his 25 favorite or whatever. I thought, my goal is to buy one a month for this entire year. And this was a few years back. After seeing how much they cost, I think I ended up buying two that year, you know. They're not cheap. This one wasn't that bad though. And it's a guy, a Frenchman, who fell in love with the oud. He plays the electric oud on this. And he kind of traveled back in the 60s. And he ended up in Iran, I believe. And he hooked up with this Iranian guy. And then on the way back, they hooked up with another European guy. And they formed a band. They came to the U.S. and they recorded this in the U.S. Now, this has a lot of, this is it's like a mixture of Eastern and Western music. And I think the third member is the one that kind of brought more of the Western pop element to the other two guys. And yeah, it's got some Iranian sounding, Middle Eastern sounding stuff, sitars and that kind of stuff, I guess. Some people would say it's cliche, but actually, you know, I don't know if it is. This is kind of predated that cliche stuff. But this is fantastic, man. It's some of the songs, my wife, what are you listening to? Is that, you know, it verges on that, but fantastic listen, dude. And I was so stoked to get that. And I'll just leave it in there. It's on Mainstream Records. Fantastic label. Now, the next two are British 60s. And this one here, man, it's the Small Faces on Ogden's Nut Gone Flake, is it? Odin's Nut Gone Flake. Yeah, I think that's the name of the album. It's very delicate cover. I'm going to open it, but it's held together by like an inch and a quarter right here. Very delicate. This will be the last time I open it probably. So I might as well look at it, huh? Oh, I just ripped it. Actually, I didn't even know that. See, I didn't even open it to this. So yeah, it's like a book. Whatever. It's a 1 pound box. Now this is 60s British psych to a degree. Side 2 has some guy talking in between the songs, and it kind of sucks. that kind of ruins it for me. I think it would have been better if you would have just left that crap off, to be honest. But it's a good album nonetheless. I mean, it's not a good album. It's a very good album. And I hope I don't get off gassing with this. And the next English band or record that I got, and this is a very flimsy cover. This is a record that was never released in the US. It's Shakedown, the Savoy Brown Blues Band. And I got a black dude singing. I guess Savoy Brown, I didn't know it at the time. They've had like 3 different, maybe even more singers. And my favorite Savoy Brown album was Looking In, or is Looking In. And I guess after that, the band pretty much left, or most of the band left, and they formed Foghat, which I think is an inferior band to Savoy Brown, especially the Looking In. But yeah, this is pretty much straight up blues. It's got I Ain't Superstitious, done pretty much in the same vein as how Jeff Beck did his on that Beckola, is it? Or Truth, with Rod Stewart on vocals. And this guy has a good voice. I really dig it. They don't really let loose until the last song on side 2, and it's Shake 'Em On Down. And I believe that's the longest song on the record. And I believe it was the single. I would have liked to see a little more of that, but overall, this is a really cool record. One I've never seen before. And there's a picture of the guys. Yeah, very cool. And I'll pull it out. What the heck? And it's on these Decca labels. And look at, they did a really good job. The Decca labels lined up. A lot of times, man, it's this way, and then you turn it over and it's upside down the other way. And oh, what a nightmare that is. Now this next one, it's a brand new record. I ordered this. This was a Record Store Day, I believe. Yeah, Record Store Day exclusive. And I ordered this online. The price, I got it for $22. And it's the Mamas and Papas live at the Monterey Pop Festival. Now, I like the Mamas and Papas. I think I had all of their albums, and I purged like half of them. This might be my favorite Mamas and Papas album. I really dig the rawness of it with the band. It's not as polished as their studio stuff. And Mama Cass talks a lot on this, and she's funny, man. And they even have hey, Furby. Furby came to join us. And it even has San Francisco, Scott McKenzie singing. It was a song written by John Phillips of the Mamas and Papas. And Scott McKenzie was invited to be a papa. And yeah, this is fantastic, dude. I have the one by The Who with this kind of font. I know Janis Joplin and Big Brother and the Holding Company had one. I haven't bought that one. I don't like that band as much as this or The Who. But I would like to see some more of these. I would like to see the Ravi Shankar. Now, I think this Record Store Day, the Byrds and Buffalo Springfield, I don't know if it's a double album or the Byrds are on one side, Buffalo Springfield's on the other side. But that's my biggest want, I would say, out of all the Record Store Day stuff. That'd be great. I've seen the film. I have the deluxe edition of it. And the Byrds set, I really like. It's very garage sounding. It's not like their albums, just like this. But, yeah. Very happy with this, man. And it's on this cream looking, and it's dead quiet, man. When you put it on, it's just silence. I really liked that Mamas and Papas record. Now, when I did my 50 favorite, was it UK punk bands, I kind of said this was my biggest hole, in my opinion. I mean, I know the Ruts, and there's others, Stiff Little Fingers, but for me, this was the biggest hole in my collection. And it's got that cover. It's kind of, on Secret Records, it was like the Infrared, Infrared, and there was another band that I had, Cron Gen. They had the same, you could tell it was the same artwork. But this is fantastic. I dig this album. I've also played this one a lot. I mean, I knew a lot of the songs, but having it finally on record, it's a gatefold. I don't believe this was originally a gatefold. Maybe this was on the inner sleeve before, you know, the words. But yeah, fantastic, man. I love The Business. And this is their first album. I do have them on some singles, but I'd never had their album. And it's a very nice reissue. Now, I know some people slag on reissues. I don't have an issue with them at all. In fact, I'm not even going to go down there. Now, this next one, it's the last record. This is another Record Store Day release. Came out, I don't know, a few years ago. And it's Lou Reed, I'm So Free, the 1971 RCA demos. I got this. I mean, I've wanted this, but I can wait. I waited 60 some odd years for it, you know. Another year or two, and waiting for the price to come down is not going to kill me. I don't need to have it when it first comes out. You know, the fear of missing out. I'm too old for that bullshit. But yeah, I got this for under $20. So, no brainer, man. It's very well recorded. It's almost like a Lou Reed Unplugged. And it's pretty interesting, man. He's got versions of songs. I mean, acoustic versions of songs that are on his first album. It's got songs that are on his third album, Berlin. It's even got songs that are on his fourth, Kill Your Sons. It's a really well recorded demo session, really. I wasn't blown away by it, but I'm glad I have it, because Lou Reed is one of my favorite. And I'm probably gonna do, I did, the 25 best U.S. bands. I'm probably gonna do the 25 best solo artists, and I would be surprised if Lou Reed don't make that. But yeah, this is cool and very nice. Inner sleeves, and on that traditional RCA label. That's it. Again, I would like to thank everybody that's been watching those favorite US bands, favorite UK bands. I got a lot of views, and I live for views and subs. Take care, everybody. Go Dodgers. Go Jets.